I'm Bevan. Jeff is behind the camera.
Hello.
So you'll hear him. This is our home that we bought about 2.5 years ago and have been working on constantly, project after project, ever since. So this is the front yard leading up to the house. When we first bought it, there was a tiny little mailbox about yay big on the other side of the street. So one of his most important projects was putting these mailboxes in. So we love them, but we feel like we've done just about as much as we can with the front yard because it's such a huge project. So come with me and see our dilemmas. Obviously, we've just got a whole bunch of overgrown mess here. There's poison ivy, there's English ivy, there's sweet gum trees popping up all over the place, and there's, of course, this lovely privet. But if you look closely, there's actually some pear trees back there, too, which would be amazing features if you could see them. We love picking the pears, making preserves out of them, but we love for people to be able to see them, too. If you keep coming, you'll also see that we have some apple trees, which again would be lovely to showcase, but you can't see them unless you know they're there, and that means the two of us and our family.
And by the way, oh, there's a house that you can't see until you get to it.
That's right. That's where we live. So down here we have 3 apple trees, and even behind there, which you can't really see either, is a huge old Japanese maple.
There's the top of it.
Most of the big trees that are here, and you'll see some camellias in a little bit, have been here for 50 years because that's how old our house is, at least. But again, everything is so overgrown, we just don't know where to start, and we could really use some help.
By the way, let's check out the driveway. Again, not quite 50 years old, but certainly showing its age.
Limbs cut down from this tree because they were hanging what would be right over our heads right now, but it does feature some nice poison ivy. And the English ivy is down here. The deer have eaten a lot of it, so it's a little less abundant than it is at some points. But we have a ton of little trees over here along the driveway. You can see we put in some lights to light up the driveway a little bit so people can see where the house is when they're coming over.
Yeah. A lot of these are sweet gum trees, though, and they're nuisances. We do have a lot of little oak trees as well.
So looking up at the house, we have some bushes up there, and they're a little bit overgrown. Honestly, the thing that grows best in our yard, other than nuisance trees like sweet gums, are holly bushes. So we have tried to get rid of them, and again, like I said, these are at least 50 years old, so they're kind of not going anywhere, at least with our capabilities, but they're very happy here and keep growing, and we'd like something a little prettier. You can also see our front porch from here, which I guess front porch is being generous.
It's a stoop.
It's a stoop, and it looks like somebody had those rails custom made, but
Custom's a flattering word.
We need a new custom around here. Looking for something more like a veranda kind of porch, something wraparound maybe.
A covered front porch.
Covered front porch would be great. Anything that's not that. We love our house, but it's just lacking in the front yard area.
Yep, and we try and keep up by putting in things like these drift roses we did last weekend, but the deer, you know, are going to come eat them. So there's that.
We also have really, really old azaleas that I pulled the briars out of and the honeysuckle out of a couple years ago, but they're back, of course. I'd love to showcase the azaleas a little better than the weeds, which is a tough task to keep up. But then, looking down, we also have some huge camellias that I mentioned a little while ago, and those are, again, at least 50 years old. They are massive, and we love them, but especially the ones farther down in the yard, just past the sidewalk, you can hardly see them because there are so many other trees growing out of them. And we love that area because it's a great little sanctuary for our deer that we have a ton of in this area in Johns Creek. So everything we've tried, our lawn is fairly green right now in lieu of the flood.
She's kidding.
But yeah,
there's at least 6 kinds of grass.
The weeds are green, right?
Yeah.
And then here, oh, this is the old mailbox that I was mentioning. Actually, there's birds living in it right now, so we haven't gotten rid of it. But this was across the street from the driveway.
Yard art.
So, yay. Coming down here, just to give you a better glimpse of our lovely holly bushes.
And the house has been re-landscaped. I mean, the guy that redid this did a decent job. Planted some plants. We love the gardenias. Not really sure what these are, but we're not in love with them. And so we moved into this house 2.5 years ago, and there are a lot of great features. We love the house, but the yard, the front stoop, and a lot of the vegetation that we've got is either covered up or it's too difficult for us to do on our own. And while we have plans for all this, we're taking it one step at a time. But the sidewalk, the front porch, the front yard is sort of our white whale. We have some amazing 30 to 50-year-old camellias, azaleas, all throughout. But it's very tough to see it, and we'd love to enhance these features. So the front stoop is guarded by these holly trees. All right, they're growing back even after they were cut down to the very stumps, and they're going to have to come out. We actually have a front porch envisioned here that would even wrap around to the side right over there. But again, we're going to need some major help, and the sidewalk and the driveway are in the same condition. So the basketball goal, we could probably get rid of that on our own, but the pine trees are just overgrown in this area. See, we've got a pear tree back there and the magnolia tree here, which we love, but we'd really love to have some peach trees or something a little nicer on this side of the driveway.
So, as you can see, we've got a lot of space with a lot of potential, and we would love to see you. If you want to come and check it out, we would obviously love to walk you around the property because we could greatly use your help. Thanks so much for watching our video, and we hope to hear from you.
Thanks, guys.